In a world often turbulent and unpredictable, the ancient philosophy of Stoicism provides us with timeless principles for navigating life's challenges with resilience and clarity of mind. This video will be about 10 Stoic quotes that will change your way of thinking. First quote, Marcus Aurelius, "The best answer to anger is silence." The quote, "The best answer to anger is silence," by Marcus Aurelius reflects the Stoic philosophy, which emphasizes self-control, rationality, and virtue. In this context, Marcus Aurelius suggests that responding to anger with silence is a wise and virtuous course of action. Responding to anger with more anger often leads to escalation and further conflict. Silence can break this cycle and prevent the situation from worsening. Silence provides a space for reflection. Instead of reacting emotionally, taking a moment of silence allows one to think rationally about the situation and respond in a more considerate manner. In essence, Marcus Aurelius is advising that responding to anger with silence is a way to exercise self-discipline, promote thoughtful responses, and foster a more harmonious and constructive interaction. Second quote, Seneca, "Ignorance is the cause of fear." Seneca's quote, "Ignorance is the cause of fear," reflects a Stoic perspective on the nature of fear and its roots in lack of knowledge. In Stoicism, fear is often seen as an irrational emotion, arising from a lack of understanding or misconceptions about the object of fear. Seneca suggests that when we are ignorant or lack knowledge about something, it can lead to fear. This fear is not based on a genuine threat, but rather on our perception of the unknown. From a Stoic perspective, the key to overcoming fear is to acquire knowledge, understanding, and rationality. By gaining a clear and accurate perception of the things that trigger fear, one can diminish or eliminate the irrational aspects of fear. Seneca encourages individuals to confront and dispel ignorance through learning and thoughtful contemplation, ultimately fostering a more reasoned and composed approach to life's challenges. Third quote, Seneca, "Difficulty comes from our lack of confidence." Seneca's quote, "Difficulty comes from our lack of confidence," points to the Stoic idea that challenges often arise not solely from external circumstances, but from our internal reactions and perceptions. From a Stoic perspective, it's not the external events or situations that cause distress, but our judgments and attitudes toward them. Seneca is highlighting the role of confidence, or the lack thereof, in shaping our experience of difficulty. If we approach challenges with self-doubt or fear, they can appear more formidable and overwhelming. In Stoicism, building confidence involves cultivating resilience, self-discipline, and a rational mindset. By developing a strong and confident inner character, individuals can navigate difficulties with greater ease and maintain a sense of tranquility in the face of adversity. This quote encourages us to focus on building confidence as a means to transform our relationship with challenges and see them as opportunities for growth rather than insurmountable obstacles. Fourth quote, Seneca, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality." Seneca's quote, "We suffer more often in imagination than in reality," encapsulates the Stoic understanding of the role of our thoughts and perceptions in our emotional experiences. Seneca's insight is that the mental scenarios we construct in our minds, often based on fears, anxieties, or negative expectations, can be more intense and distressing than the actual events we encounter in reality. In other words, the anticipation of suffering can be more burdensome than the suffering itself. Stoicism teaches that our emotions are closely tied to our judgments and interpretations of events. Seneca is advising us to be aware of how our minds can amplify and distort the reality of a situation, leading to unnecessary suffering. By recognizing and challenging these exaggerated or irrational thoughts, we can gain better control over our emotional responses and approach life's challenges with a more balanced and resilient mindset. This quote serves as a reminder to practice mindfulness, examine our thoughts, and cultivate a rational perspective to prevent undue suffering caused by our imagination. Fifth quote, Musonius Rufus, We begin to lose our hesitation to do immoral things when we lose our hesitation to speak of them. The philosopher asserts that when we lose this initial hesitation to speak about immoral deeds, there is a subsequent weakening of our moral restraint. In other words, openly discussing or normalizing immoral actions in conversation can desensitize us to the gravity of those actions. The quote underscores the idea that the way we talk about morality and immorality influences our behavior. If we become casual or indifferent in discussing actions that we would typically consider immoral, it can erode the moral barriers that would otherwise prevent us from engaging in those actions. From a Stoic perspective, maintaining moral integrity involves not only refraining from immoral actions, but also being mindful of how we speak about morality. Openly discussing immoral actions without a sense of hesitation may indicate a diminished ethical sensitivity. Musonius Rufus is cautioning against allowing this erosion of moral awareness, emphasizing the importance of maintaining a strong ethical foundation in both speech and action. Sixth quote, Marcus Aurelius, "Give yourself a gift the present moment." In this quote, "Give yourself a gift the present moment," Marcus Aurelius, a Stoic philosopher and Roman emperor, is advocating for the practice of mindfulness and living in the present. Stoicism places a strong emphasis on living in accordance with nature, accepting the present moment and focusing on what is within our control. The quote suggests that being fully present allows us to appreciate life, make better decisions, and find contentment. It encourages individuals to let go of unnecessary anxieties about the past or future, and to fully engage with and appreciate the current experience. In essence, Marcus Aurelius is urging us to view the present moment as a precious gift, recognizing its value and choosing to immerse ourselves in it rather than being preoccupied with regrets or concerns about what might come. This aligns with Stoic principles of mindfulness and living virtuously in the present. Seventh quote, Marcus Aurelius, "Conceal a flaw and the world will imagine the worst." Marcus Aurelius's quote, "Conceal a flaw and the world will imagine the worst," touches upon the nature of perception, honesty, and the potential consequences of hiding one's imperfections. This wisdom aligns with Stoic principles, emphasizing the importance of honesty, transparency, and authenticity. Stoicism encourages individuals to acknowledge their imperfections, learn from mistakes, and be open about their vulnerabilities. By doing so, one not only fosters personal growth, but also prevents others from creating negative narratives or misconceptions. In the context of social interactions and relationships, the quote implies that attempting to conceal flaws can lead to a lack of trust and understanding. People might imagine more significant or troubling issues than what actually exists, as the unknown often invokes fear or suspicion. In summary, Marcus Aurelius is advising against concealing flaws, as doing so may lead to misunderstandings and negative assumptions. Instead, he suggests embracing honesty and openness as a path to fostering genuine connections and avoiding unnecessary speculation. Eighth quote, Marcus Aurelius, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be one." This quote aligns with Stoic philosophy, which places a strong emphasis on practical wisdom and virtue. The Stoics believed that philosophy should not be purely theoretical, but should guide individuals in leading a virtuous and meaningful life. Marcus Aurelius encourages a shift from theoretical discussions about virtue to the lived experience of virtue, emphasizing the transformative power of personal conduct and character. Ninth quote, Diogenes, "The foundation of every state is the education of its youth." This quote from Diogenes, the ancient Greek philosopher and one of the most famous figures of the Cynic school, emphasizes the critical role that education plays in the well-being and sustainability of a society. Diogenes specifically highlights the importance of educating the younger generation. Investing in the education of young people is crucial because they represent the future citizens, leaders, and contributors to the state. By providing a robust and meaningful education to the youth, a society ensures that it has informed, skilled, and responsible individuals who can contribute positively to the community. This quote underscores the belief that the well-being and prosperity of a state are closely tied to the knowledge, values, and skills instilled in its younger members through education. It reflects the idea that an enlightened and well-educated citizenry is essential for the development, progress, and stability of any society. 10th quote, Epictetus, "Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them." Epictetus, a Stoic philosopher, expresses a key Stoic principle in this quote. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view which they take of them. This idea encapsulates the Stoic understanding of the relationship between external events and our internal reactions. The philosopher contends that it's our perceptions, interpretations, and attitudes towards events that influence our emotional responses. How we choose to view and interpret a situation determines our emotional state more than the situation itself. In essence, Epictetus is highlighting the power of our minds in shaping our emotional experiences. External events are beyond our control, but our reactions and interpretations are within our control. Stoicism encourages individuals to cultivate a rational and objective perspective, to recognize that they have the power to choose how they perceive and respond to events. By adopting a more mindful and reasoned view, one can reduce emotional disturbances and navigate life's challenges with greater tranquility. Thank you for joining me in this exploration of profound Stoic wisdom encapsulated in these timeless quotes. As we conclude our journey through the teachings of philosophers like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Musonius Rufus, and Epictetus, we're reminded of the enduring relevance of Stoicism in navigating the complexities of life. May these insights serve as guiding lights on your path, encouraging you to embrace the present moment, manage your perceptions, and cultivate resilience in the face of challenges. Remember, as Stoicism teaches us, true strength lies not in avoiding adversity, but in mastering our responses to it.